It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Pats coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you would argue that thought. But our ball game here features a couple of teams with strong offensive lines that really like to work the ground game.
And you and I have both heard from different people in the league who's saying that it's becoming a little bit of a lost art in the NFL, the ability to run the football. And we've heard from defensive coordinators who tell us that they play the pass first. That's not something you normally hear. But these two offenses, they're true to who they are. Both ranked in the top 5 in terms of rushing yardage. I think they're both going to use those massive offensive lines to try and wear down these defenses.
NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. Leading him out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
First carry for Nick Chubb.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Second and 1, if people want to run the football, this is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. That's complete out left to Ayuk. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, They want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Justin Rohrwasser now for the Patriot field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here are the Jaguars now with a long field ahead. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw here taken in by Ingram. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field. I'm like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On play action, Fields. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Jags grab it. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. 4 yards remain for second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 20. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, here's Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Blake. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's Fields. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Patriots force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
These two teams all tied after one. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. A play fake, now Fields to throw. This will be caught. Judy. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. after the touchdown. Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over.
Fighting through it, he's got space. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Nick Chubb. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And some room to work. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory.
6 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. They come up in a 2 tight end look here. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. There he goes, left side. The 20. All the way in. Touchdown, New England. Harris Campbell, 82 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the second quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. We don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 7 yards to pick up there. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Kaepernick now to throw. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Play action. Now Kaepernick. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback. Kaepernick going to throw. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Drops it off for Chubb. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Forced out to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And it's caught. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. So they pass up the field goal attempt to go for 6, but as a result, they leave points on the field, and that's going to do it for this first half.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Eagles who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Trey Lance, 4 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
From the 22, Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Blake. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On third down, it's Blake. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
On first down, Fields. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a hole to avoid the contact.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
He had no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Touchdown! A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Bass on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
One play at a time. Here we go.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. He's going to field this at the 4. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped them there, but not to be. Play action. It's Fields sliding out of the pocket. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now here's a handoff out of the gun. Room here to run. And all the way down to the 9. 62 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll run again. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jags are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Patriots 17. Tyler Bass sent to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On play action, it's Kaepernick. That ball caught, Brandon Ayuk. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2nd down at 5. Here's Kaepernick to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now Kaepernick. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Kaepernick, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked in and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. The kick by Bass is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Being chased out left. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. He'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on fourth.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's fourth down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Blake, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Jags, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.